basically, this is just a little pep talk to get you guys excited about the school year. I know a lot of you already are. We all have experiences, and I'm going to talk about a couple things that might help get you guys excited for what we're about to do here. Yep, you can start it. It starts with happiness. And if you want to be happy, for an hour, you go eat a steak. For a day, you play a round of golf. For a week, you go on a cruise. That looks fun. For a month, you buy a new car. But if you want to be happy for the rest of your life, you help someone else. And that's what we do every single day as educators. And it's really powerful. Simon Sinek, some of you may have heard him, talks about a golden circle. I'll share this TED Talk with you guys, and I'm not going to repeat the whole TED Talk. But he talks about everybody knows at least one of those three things on the board. Some people know what they do. I'm a teacher, I'm a banker, whatever job you have. Some people even know how to do it. I know how to say something so people will understand it and learn. The best people know why they do it and explain it to others. What's your purpose? Why are you here? And if you can explain that to kids, they're going to respond to you. If you can explain that to anybody, they'll respond to you. And I'm going to show you a little video here about the difference between knowing what you do or how you do it and knowing why.
This is called How Do I Know? And a lot of times when people hear the phrase, how do I know, the next thing they say is what? How do I know what? But the key really isn't to know what, the key is to know why. Because when you know your why, you have options on what your what can be. For instance, my why is to inspire people to walk in purpose. My what is stand-up comedy. My what is writing books. My what can be going out with some friends to eat. In fact, another what that has moved me towards my why is a web series that we have out now called Break Time. So every Wednesday at 3 o'clock, you should subscribe to the channel. We do a series called Break Time on YouTube. So 3 o'clock, we drop a new episode. One episode in particular, I'm about to show you a clip to. We were in Winston-Salem. So Break Time, this is how it works. I travel the country, I do stand-up comedy, probably an hour, hour and a half at an event. And in the middle of my show, I'll just sit down and start talking to the audience. And funny just happens. Or I'll meet somebody who's really interesting. So I met this one guy, and he said that he teaches music at a school. I was like, all right, you teach music, you know, can you sing? And then I'm just going to show you the clip. Check it. So you're a musical director. Cool.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let me get a couple bars of like Amazing Grace. Can you do the first part of that? Go ahead.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me.
Wow. That bro could sing. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now, what you give me the version is if your uncle just got out of jail, you got shot in the back when you was a kid. I'm just saying, let me see the hood version real quick, if you know which version I'm talking about. Just see if that exists. Let me see what you got.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I see.
So here's the thing. The first time I asked him to sing, he knew what he was doing. The second time I asked him to sing, he knew why he was doing it. When you know your why, your what has more impact because you're walking in or towards your purpose.
So you can see there's two very different versions of that song. The first one, I could tell by a lot of your faces, and the first time I saw it, I felt the same way. This guy is really good. But the second one is much different than the first one. He truly knew why. And you can see, this doesn't work on this slideshow. The what version, he's very traditional. In the why version, he's unique. In the what version, he did his job. In the why version, he did more than his job. And in the what version, people watched him. And in the why version, people followed him. And when you speak to your why, people will follow you. Anyone can live their why every single day. Whether it's community service that you're doing, service to the church, maybe your family. And that's awesome that everyone gets to do that. But educators get paid to. And that should mean a heck of a lot to all you guys. When you're out with that kid and you're having a moment with him talking football or whatever it is, it's not truly what you're talking about. It's the bigger life goals that they hope to aspire, that you're trying to get across to them. And we live those moments every day. It doesn't matter if they're 16 years old or if they're younger. Every one of us has a chance to make an impact with kids. Stepping outside of your comfort zone is really super important in showing people who you truly are. Because these kids will see right through it, and you know that. But there's also an obligation that comes with that. I got some statistics. Youth age 16 to 24 are currently the age demographic that is experiencing the most loneliness. And that's startling, but what's more startling is that's 3 times more than the demographic that came in second. And we all know that trouble doesn't just start when you're 16 years old. It happens much earlier than that. So that does relate to all of us in this room. In North Dakota, according to the latest Youth Risk Behavior Survey, 29% of high school students who took the survey felt sad or hopeless almost every day for a 2-week period of time during the last 12 months. So much so that they stopped doing an activity that they loved. 17% seriously considered suicide. And 15% actually made a plan to do it. Those are startling statistics. And these come right from the kids. When you get a chance to have a moment with a kid, please take it. You might be the only one in their life that they can relate to. And you truly never know the difference you can make. Whether it's one of their first moments in our school, or perhaps their last day. Take your opportunity. And every day in between, you gotta live it. Because they need you. Encourage them. Do things with them that has nothing to do with your class. And even though you say you're just doing this so you can chuck the dodgeball at that one kid, we know that you really do care. Because if you didn't care, you wouldn't work so hard at what you guys do. When they ask you to speak at their events or do something, to buy a candy bar or a pizza, do it. And the pictures that we've shown, we don't take a lot of pictures. That's one thing that I found. We need to do more taking pictures with teachers and kids. But every once in a while you get a picture that truly shows the relationships that we build and what they mean, not just to the students, but to us. And that's part of finding your why. There are great instructional resources out there. Smartboards are great. Chromebooks are awesome. But the most important resource in the classroom is always a teacher. That's a fundamental truth. It always has been, it always will be. You guys get a chance every day to live your why and make a difference. And I'm proud that I'm in this profession, and I know all you guys are too. I'm proud to work with each and every one of you. And I know we're going to have a great year up in Eagle Country. So go Eagles.